Right, hello everyone. Time for speedruns. We love a good speedrun around here. So yes, I have a hotfix later tonight. I know we kept joking that I'm not learning this game for a hotfix. I'm not owned. I'm not. And then it turns out actually I was lying the entire time. It really was for a hotfix. I need to burp. That was pretty good. I leaned away from the microphone, so you might not have heard that one. Or at least not with as much clarity. Anyway, hello, here I am. I'm looking very orange today. The white balance has kicked in. Isabel? I can do that. Get that in there immediately. I assume you mean large Isabel. Isabel perpetually wears my, my RTA in Japan badge. That's just where I keep that. Yeah, no, sorry, I was lying the entire time. It was actually for a there was a hotfix. It was a scam. I scammed you all. No, I didn't know there was a hotfix until, like, So how hotfixes tend to work? I think what happens with me is that I'm reasonably well known for being a pretty reliable pull for, shit, my show is in 3 days and I need a game to plug a gap in my schedule, because I didn't know I was going to be on a hotfix until, I don't know, like a couple days ago. Isabel talks, by the way. Thanks, Isabel.
Resident Evil.
Let's play the game, shall we? Put the wrist brace on the streamer. Like, my hand feels fine right now, but... better safe than sorry.
I disagree.
I swear Twitch has said I got like 3 of these in the last week.
3 of these? Simon, thank you for the 8 months of tier 2. I mean, if you don't share them, it keeps popping up. It's great. Twitch doesn't allow you to be anonymous for, like, anything. Can't have shit on twitch.television, let me tell you. My YouTube chat is minimized to hurt. Yeah, the stream... Sorry, I lied to you all about Hotfix. There was Hotfix in after all. Ruffle Sprout, good morning. Yeah, back to morning stream this Wednesday. Because I am also back to work. Back to part-time work. I only have to work 3 days. I'm excited about... Well, actually, I have next week off in general. That was holiday I put in before the move. So, next week, it'll be back to the more... For me, afternoon to evening streams.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hooded Yoru, good morning. Eh. It's kind of hard to do this with Isabel on the lap, but we'll make it work, I guess. We'll play the game. Hi, Slayer. First time catching a stream as well. Good to have you here. Ugh. Wish that good morning sound is in the new Tekken. It might be. It's a thing on the arcade cabinets. Damn it. The good morning sound is from the arcade cabinets. That one in specific is from Tekken 3. It's from Tekken 3's arcade cabinet. It's the first thing that plays when you boot the cabinet up. Yeah. The idea being to greet the arcade operator in the morning when they turn the cabinets on. Do I think Chris could electric wind Godfist? He absolutely could. 100% he could. That's wholesome, actually. It's cute. It's a tradition in the Tekken arcade versions. The first 3 games all had it. Tekken 4 had it, but it doesn't, like, work. You can find the voice line in the files, but it can't actually be triggered. But Tekken 5 and 6 brought it back. And I don't know if Tekken 7 has it. Sadly, I wish I was excited for the new Tekken 8, but I'm just kind of not. Because the closed network test. The closed network test. Or something you can't say on television for short. Unfortunately reveals the game still doesn't have rollback netcode. Damn, that was sick.
I disagree.
Vapor Nightmare, thank you for the Prime Gaming. Thank you very much. But yeah, back to business as usual this week. Morning streams for about 3 hours, and then I gotta go to work. Part-time work, disappointing. I have tasted freedom, and I liked it. Good thing Infinite Wealth comes out the same day as Tekken. Absolutely, because I'm playing that. I'm playing that. I'm playing that Infinite Wealth. Then the stream will have Infinite Wealth. To play RPG all day. Yep. Hey, what idea? Closed betas used to be a great idea. I still think it's a good idea. Hi, Nikki, what's up? Not much. What's up with you? Okay, what's up with me is that I'm practicing for an appearance on the GDQ stream later tonight. I'm gonna be tired after that. The thing about GDQ live streams and me, at least the hotfixes, is that Dice's show, the one I'm on the most frequently, airs at 3 AM local time. I would rather be asleep by then. So don't expect me to stream tomorrow, put it that way. That's how it goes, is that whenever I'm on a hotfix, I don't stream the next day. Because I'm always absolutely knackered after. Because being on the hotfix usually means I went to bed like 4 hours late. Edweirdo, thank you for the 38 months of Prime Gaming. Yeah, glad to have you here. Glad you enjoy the YouTube videos. I do wonder. Oh, hello.
Good morning.
Morning, Portable Head. Oh, what the fuck? I didn't think that hit me. That didn't look close enough. Yeah. Hey, Speedy. Happy New Year. I do wonder how different of an experience watching the stream is. If one is mainly used to the things I post on YouTube. Because I've been doing the streaming thing for a lot longer than I've been doing the YouTube thing. The YouTube thing is like a fairly recent development for me. At some point I realized that I like suffering. I want to make 20-minute videos about games no one's ever heard of. vids. The 20-hour video. No, good fucking grief. I think the longest video I've made so far is the Loop 8 one, which was like 40 minutes, 45, something like that. The fact the Loop 8 video got so long is a failure of my my script writing. Because you wouldn't believe the amount of stuff I cut out of that video. What are you gonna do on the hotfix later tonight? Chris'em! Chris'em, biff'em, whiff'em. I'm doing Chris'em, biff'em, whiff'em on the hotfix.
I disagree.
Man of the dogs! Thank you for the Prime Gaming. The best category getting what? Exactly. Is it for X show? Yes. He hit me up a few days ago being like, you want to do Chris for the hotfix? And I was like... I gave a response that was like, yes, but also you understand that my chat's never going to let me live that down. See, when I started learning this game again, Speedy, everyone joked that it was like, oh, are you learning it for a hotfix? Because, like, the pattern is that whenever I suddenly, like, bust out a game I haven't learned, or I haven't ran in a while, because I've ran this before. This is, like, me picking it back up again. This is me picking it back up again after a period of not running it. Everyone always is like, oh, are you learning this for a hotfix? Like, is it nice to ask you to do this? Because that's usually true. If I suddenly bust out a game I haven't touched in a while, it's probably because I'm derusting it for a hotfix. But no, I just picked up REMake again because I wanted to, because I felt like it. And then he gets on the hotfix anyway. Nah. Playing the longest con. The longest con is just being easy to tap when you need a game for your hotfix schedule because I run so many. It's a pretty sweet gig. Hey, Jackley. Good morning. If he starts learning DMC2, it's for the hotfix. I've never even... That's not true, I have. But, like, I haven't even finished DMC2 recently. I've definitely finished it at least once in my life. Both discs? Both discs. Like, see, I played DMC2 when I was very young, you see. Because it was a PS2 game. And I was a small boy when the PS2 was a thing. I'm not that old. But I'm also not that young either. Because I remember the PS2. So, here's the thing about Younger Punchy. Younger Punchy kind of liked DMC2. Like, he was free of discourse. He didn't really, like, know anything. Like, I didn't know that DMC2 was considered, like, an abject failure that everyone hated until fucking, like, a decade later. Hey, Gorak. Happy New Year. So then I discovered that apparently Childhood Punchy was wrong, and DMC2 actually stinks. He smells bad. He has wrong opinion about Devil May Cry game. What the fuck? I did actually end up playing DMC2 again more recently when the HD collection came out for the 360. So, like, not recent, but, like, recently enough that I was no longer a child. And I fucking hated it. The standards, they change. Not that young because I remember the PS2. Ow, my apparently aging heart. Look, you talk to someone who doesn't remember the PS2 and you will feel old. I think my most boomer ass, like... Oh, I actually went for the grab and everything. What the fuck? I hate it here. Boom. I hate it here. I hate it when that happens. Should have just went for it. I actually got the grab. Yeah, I think my most like boomer ass tendencies come out in regards to like the new blood and gaming. How the kids of today are all used to this fucking live service garbage and their mobile games and their free-to-plays and their gachas and stuff, and it's like, all of this sucks. This is all horrible for you. Not like me, I grew up on real games. I sound like I'm joking, but here's the thing, I'm actually not. I'm totally serious. I grew up on real games. Real games. And they don't. They grew up on fucking Genshin Impact. That's not good. That is my super boomer ass opinion. When it comes to the video games, the kids are not alright. I weep for the future. This is where my old man tendencies really do come in, like, strongly, because it sounds like I'm joking, but, like, I'm not. I'm totally serious about this. I really don't like it. Dump the key, man. Me hearing about modern games. Oh, no. Alright, Grandpa, let's get me back to bed. Absolutely. I really do. Nothing lays more bare how wildly out of touch I am with, like, the modern gaming zeitgeist, even, like, beyond the level of, like, what the kids are down with this day, than the recent Steam Awards. Because the only thing the Steam Awards meaningfully measure is, like, sales volume, right? It's because people just, like, click through when they're voting, so the things that win are just the games that sold the most that year. That's just how it works. That's how it's set up. But, I haven't played a single one. Not a one. When it came to the nominees, I hadn't played a single one, and when it come to the winners, I hadn't played a single one. None. I was like, wow, I really don't have it anymore. I'm no longer trendy or contemporary. Because I didn't play any of them. People had to have been trolling. I think you underestimate how many people bought those games who don't care. I don't think it was trolling. I think those games just sold a lot. That's it. People just click the thing that sounds about right. Use it. Just use it. Get it out of the inventory. Why do you have two? Not even Baldur's Gate 3? No, I'd never played Baldur's Gate 3. I wasn't really interested. You just don't like D&D combat? My problem isn't D&D combat, it's that I don't like D&D. It's not the combat I take issue with, it's that I just find the setting boring. Hey, Hallie. Yeah, like I said, people assume that, like, Starfield winning most innovative in the Steam Awards has to be, like, sarcastic or trolling or botted or something. No, it's just that Starfield sold a lot of copies. That's it. That's the only thing that matters. It moved a lot of units. People just, like, click down the list of votes, and the things that pop up as eligible for voting are games you bought this year, so games that sold the most that year pop up. Like, the way it's structured means the only thing that actually matters is sales volume. Do I like Vampire Survivors? No. Everything about that game has given me, like, the wrong vibe. So I did not bother. Yeah, for as much as the honeymoon is, like, distinctly over with the core audience about Starfield, it still sold a lot of copies. Again, like, people... I think you really underestimate the sheer volume of people who are free of discourse who do not give a shit. Hence, like, Red Dead Redemption 2 as well, getting Labor of Love. It's just because that game sold a lot. People just clicked it. It was on their lists. So, yeah, I played that, sure. And I can't claim to be any better. Like, I hadn't played any of the nominees, so I voted for what was the funniest. And I still voted. That's the thing, is that, like, I hadn't played any of the nominees, and I still voted. I don't know if I should be allowed to do that, but you can. Chris just punched the damn books. This was pre-boulder punching days. We had not invented the idea of projectile mineralogy yet. It's to be part of the problem live in 4K. I didn't vote for any of the winners. Like I said, I voted for what was funny. Why don't I play as buff Chris? Because you can't. This is regular Chris.
Emergency. Unknown source of pressure detected. Locking all doors to achieve maximum safety. Reaching 30% of pressure threshold.
Cookie Clicker didn't sell enough to get Labor of Love. And I guess neither did Vampire. I mean, didn't Vampire Survivors win something bullshit last year because it sold a lot last year instead? I don't fucking know. Bruh. It's just about selling the most. Hey, Deep Road. I will say, even for a list of games for selling the most in a given year, right? Which is what the Steam Awards truly represent. It's a fucking depressing set. I know it was going... Looking at lists of best-selling games always makes me depressed. Hey, mobile telephone. Menu. Wish there was a bad game award. You couldn't do that on Steam, but there were fascinating candidates this year. Akemashite omedetou. I think Gollum would win. I think if you put it up to a public vote, Gollum would win a worst game award. Because of notoriety? Yes. But what did I just... Hang on. What did I just do? Oh, no! My feet are in the wrong place. Forget the game that made Steam give out refunds to all copies. Yeah, but that was, like, actually a scam. I'm not sure I want to count that. Bruh. I'm not sure I think the day before should even really, like, count as a legitimate commercial product. Ah! Piss. I have the right number of shots at least. Yeah, I didn't like Final Fantasy 16 very much either, in the sense that I thought it was hopelessly boring. But it's definitely not as bad as, like, Kong or Gollum. But I did think 16 was a complete misfire. Everyone has an abstract notion of what it means to be a Final Fantasy, right? Based on, like, notions of purity and, like, what it means to be a Final Fantasy. That's always, like, the argument that takes place for why Final Fantasy should be, like, a turn-based series again. Oh, fucking me. Oh, and I lost the dice roll. Rip. When I think discourse about what it means to be a Final Fantasy is missing the forest for the trees. They should stick to turn-based Final Fantasy because they're better at it. Epic. I love getting hit despite not doing anything wrong. It's gonna hit me coming back up. Get me out of this fucking room. That's the thing, is that I don't think Final Fantasy shouldn't be action game because I think it's, like, impure to the series' roots. or anything like that. Like, it's not a true Final Fantasy game if it's an action game. I think Final Fantasy games shouldn't be an action game because Square Enix isn't good at making action games. That's the much more simple explanation. They just shouldn't do it because they're not good at it. They should stick to RPGs, they're better at those. The one good action RPG Final Fantasy they've made so far wasn't even made by Square Enix. That's the crazy thing. They got fucking... was it Team Ninja or Ninja Theory? I always mix the two up in my brain. Stagger meter a bad mechanic? I'm not massively fond of it. Yeah, I'm of the breed of weirdo who liked Strangers of Paradise a lot more than Final Fantasy 16, because I thought Final Fantasy 16 was incredibly boring. Get your mans! Now you gas in blood! Get me out of here. Jack Garlic. We love Jack Garlic here. I'm definitely one of the people who liked Jack Garlic and the lads. Oh, this is a fucked up situation. Ow. You piece of shit. Well, wasn't that a fine situation? Yeah, all I know is that I am going to play Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. But I'm probably going to do it on easy. Because I played FF7 Remake Part 1 on normal, and I thought it was kind of frustrating at times. Around the time you start getting to like the back third of the game, all boss fights start to become just a little too spongy for my liking. Everything takes a little too long to kill. So I think for Part 2 I'm just gonna throw easy mode on and forget about it. Thinking privileges revoked. Why? Fact is, Final Fantasy 16 being, like, for me, kind of a painful misfire of a game hurts all the more when it now takes, like, an entire console generation to get a new one. You know, like, whatever. You don't like a Final Fantasy game? Wait a year or two and there'll be another one. You can play that one instead. That's not the case anymore. So now they're like, oh, Final Fantasy is an action game now. I'm just like, why? You're not good at those. It's like, okay. I guess this series is fucking just totally dead to me for the next decade. Until they realize that they're not actually any good at making those. We love Titus around here. It's pronounced Titus, isn't it? Shit! Fake fan! Kill this man.
Good morning.
Hey, Vance. Yes, you were gifted a sub. Probably during the end of the 2023 speedrun marathon where, like, 300 gift subs got dropped. Pappy Shot, good morning. Yeah, all I know right now is that if the next Final Fantasy, if the next mainline Final Fantasy 17 is like also this highly generic action game, it's not even really an RPG. I don't even really think it classifies as action RPG. It's just an action game now. But it's like a really big one. Is it an RPG if your game is too long? Is that how this works? Then I think I'll just skip it entirely. I mean, I get to talk a lot of shit. I didn't actually pay for my copy of Final Fantasy 16. I got sent a code for it. Be trying Lost Soul aside? I've never heard of it. I think it's an RPG as long as it has a stat pick. That's the thing that fucks me up, right? Is that Final Fantasy 16 and God of War are completely indistinguishable gameplay-wise. Like, in terms of how they pace themselves and how their, like, upgrade systems work and blah blah blah, they're pretty fucking similar. One of these is classified as an action-adventure game, though, and the other one's classified as an action RPG. Why? Game is being dumb. Send help. I think it's just because it's called Final Fantasy. But in actual practice, I never found the RPG elements made any difference. Like, they wanted to get away from being called a JRPG, and I think they succeeded. I don't think it can even be called an RPG now. How is that not reaching, dude? the flamethrower. Like, for all of the set dressing, it really is just a linear series of fights for the entire game. That's like the whole game, you know? Which is fine. That's like, that's, you know, as far as action games go, Devil May Cry 5 is also basically a linear series of fights. But it's not very RPG. Haha. No spin. It's a no spin Chris kind of it. No, I spun, never mind. Shit! You've achieved breakfast, well done. Yeah, remember that one interview quote from the director of 15? I forget, was it like Tabata or Nomura who said this? I forget which. But one of them, they said something that got very widely clowned on, where it was like, you know, I made it so that you can hold down the button to attack. Because when you play a game for like 50 hours, you know, mashing the attack button gets pretty tiring. I think he was onto something, personally. Everyone made fun of that quote. Like, we're making an action game and you're scared of like mashing the button. You're saying it's all button mashing? It's like, no, he's making a game that's like 50 hours long and constantly pressing 11111. I wasn't paying attention. Constantly pressing the attack button to attack for like 40 hours. Yeah, it does get tiring. I think 16 proves the point that he was trying to make. Because sure enough, 16 does get pretty fucking exhausting. You know, it's not so bad when it's Devil May Cry and you're pressing the buttons to do the attacks all the time, because it's like a 12-hour game instead, you know? It's more reasonable. Yep. Because I kind of wish that 16 did just let you hold down the button to attack sometimes. Because sometimes all I'm doing is just regular attacking small fry. And it's like, I can't do anything, like, fancy with this. This isn't like a complicated boss fight. It's like, I'm just pressing attack. Just let me hold down the button. I don't know when I don't know when or if I will try to revisit 16, because here's the thing, I never finished it. I got bored and stopped. I'm gonna see if this works. I doubt it. But the angle can be deceptive. No, that doesn't work at all. Not even close. That does, on the other hand. You missed 53 minutes of gaming. You haven't missed much. I'm just kind of doing a run to do a run. Is Build-A-Bear Isabel helping? No, honestly, it's kind of in the way. I find it really hard to rotate the stick for stair skating with this fucking plush in the way. You are losing me time, Isabel! What do you have to say for yourself? Alright, damn, I didn't ask for your life story. Why do I have a plush anyway? I have a channel point redeem on the Twitch side of the stream. Because for those of you who are watching this wondering who the fuck I'm talking to, I stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Where you can redeem a certain number of points accrued by watching the stream to get one of my plushes onto front camera. And someone immediately started the stream by redeeming Isabel. So, here's an Isabel. Mania 16 was the PS4, would send the thing nuclear. It just wouldn't work at all, I think. Why does that keep happening? My button's crosstalk. I hate that. I'm gonna get the Hannah plush when it comes out? Possibly. I've never used Makeshift before. Do I kiss my plushie? No. Why not? Is soft. I just don't wanna. This is not the good RNG I request and require. Alright, I made it work anyway. I'm good, I'm good. And then Lisa is gone. My bottomless pit? Well, it's not exactly bottomless. Don't have Barry's gun. Yeah, no, I mean, Barry, in general, isn't a thing. In this campaign. Hey, Crispy Ash, how's it doing? It's doing. It's certainly doing. Hey, you know, speaking of the PS4, because someone was like, you know, imagine if FF16 was a PS4 game. I think it's very funny that the year is now 2024 and they're totally still making PS4 games. Visions of Mana, the new game in the Mana series that Square is making. That's releasing on PS4. That's a PS4 game. Ah, I quit out! No, I pressed escape. As we all know, pressing escape on the keyboard immediately quits the computer. You kidding me? Yeah, no, Visions of Mana is a PS4 game. It is releasing on the PS4. 2024, still a PS4 game. The PS5 continues to be the... This is the longest I think I've ever seen this happen for. Infinite Wealth is a PS4 game? Really? I thought that was at least a PS5 only thing. Like, at least on... Like, I know it's coming to PC as well, but at least I thought... For a console game, it was at least going to be PS5. I don't know if PS5's just for exclusives yet. Yeah, the PS5 has been on the market for fucking 4 years or something now. This is definitely the longest I've ever seen, like, a new console be available. Like, this is the first time I think this has ever happened. In the history of consoles. This has never happened before in the history of gaming. Gun has never happened before in the history of gaming. In the history of gaming. Because I don't think, like, when the PS2 came out, you know, the PS1 was still a pretty popular system. And the odd PS1 game still came out, like, for a while after, but the PS2, like, hit the ground running, you know? Like, the PS2 came out the fucking gate with a strong library of exclusives. It had Final Fantasy X, what more could you want? Honestly. And PS3 came out, and that got off to a pretty slow fucking start. But at the same time, you didn't have, like, dual PS2 and PS3 releases, you know? Like, that didn't really happen. No, unequip the gun, Chrism. Whereas we are 3 to 4 years, roughly, into the launch of the PS5. And we are still getting games that release on the PS4 and the PS5 at the same time. Amusingly, this doesn't happen with X-Bone. That's one of the weirder things. Visions of Mana is a PS4 and PS5 game, but it's not an X-Bone game. It's only on the series. Like, what? GG! Go away, Isabel.
Chris, you did a fine job.
I did a fine job, Chris. It occurs to me, Dice has never asked what my estimate was. About an hour should be fine. Oh, now I can play with features from the prototype version. That's incredible. Been a very fun birthday lunch break, TYTY. Happy birthday, Carl. Like a Dragon Infinite Wolf coming to the Xbox One. Oh, well. Incredible. Love that for them.
Resident Evil.
On the plus side, when you see the dual release on PS4, PS5, and Xbone, you have the assurance that the PC port won't have, like, totally jacked system requirements, you know? Callisto Protocol disagrees. Well, that wasn't a case of jacked system requirements, that was a case of just the port not working. How would I feel about an RE2 and 3 remake, but in the style of 1? I'm going the wrong way. I would be like, why?
Resident Evil.
That knife strat was new. It's not really a strat, it's me just like... I need to just wait until the guy moves, so I just stabbed him, because I'm like, move! Move! Ah! Wish Capcom gave us a way of buying the OG RA trilogy. Same. 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 I think it's very sad you can't actually buy the original Resident Evil 2 anywhere. It's one of the best games of its kind, and they just don't sell it. The PS3 360 was probably the major final graphical leap. It does feel like that, but maybe we're just old. Do you mean physical copies? Sure, they were digital versions of the original RE trilogy? No. They do not sell them. PS1 Classic technically is, but that's not on anything modern.
I disagree.
Like, yeah, if you're in a PS3 or a Vita, you can get the PS1 Classics, but... does that really count at this stage? It's been like a decade. Mugetsu-kun, thank you for the 26 months. Thank you very much. PS1 Classics also run on the PSP, right? Yeah, but you can't buy them on the PSP anymore. The PSP side of the storefront has been shut down for years. Yep, the Vita and PS3 side is also crumbling. Okay, the Vita side is actually okay. Like, if you're accessing the Vita store from the Vita, it runs pretty fine. Like, you can do stuff still. The PS3 side is fucking crumbling. Like, you wanna... it's like, it's dying in real time. That was very epic. Is it you bought... where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. How do I play this game? Is it you bought PSP games on your Japanese PSP a couple years ago? You did not. That is prima facie untrue and cannot be true, as it has been shut down since 2020. Okay, maybe not 20... I don't know what the specific... It feels... when did it shut down? It's been a while, though. Like, it's been gone for a while. No! Cringe, dog! I'm sad. No, I'm actually gonna look it up right now. I'm gonna look it up. I'm being annoying. No, whoa, I'm wrong, but like in the reverse way. It was shut down in 2016. Holy fuck. It was longer ago than I thought. Whoa. Holy shit, it's been shut down for fucking ages. What? What? Oh, Maxi with the big raid. Holy shit. Sorry, I was looking up when the PSP store shut down. Jesus. Wait, no, you're right. Why Sony's website says the PlayStation Store for PlayStation Portable was previously closed in 2016, but you were still able to perform searches and make in-game purchases. Starting July 6, 2021, you'll no longer be able to perform searches or making... So, what the fuck does that mean? Oh, whatever. So yeah, 2021 is when it officially, like, completely stopped working, okay?
Resident Evil.
This is, I looked at Sony's own website for that, and they claimed that they shut it down in 2016. But, like, they closed it, but, like, not really. Huh? What are you talking about? Either way, it's been shut down for a while. It's been shut down for at least 3 years. But yes, hi. Hi, everyone from Maxi Stream. Thank you for the raid. Thank you very much. I'm doing some Chrism speedruns. Chris Redfield. Doing some Chris gaming. Merry Christmas. It's January. Fuck you, it's January! Yeah, welcome everyone, I'm Punchy, I do horror game speedruns. And lately I went part-time at my job in order to have more time to do streams and make videos and stuff. Because the stream stuff's been going pretty okay for me. Which is great. Move! It's no longer great. I regret my life choices. Hey, Livlin. Okej, masz styl med det då. Big life moves, huge life moves, magnificent, transcendent. Yeah, I'm doing some Chris runs because I'm gonna be on the Hotfix later tonight, doing this run. So, last minute practice. Whoop. How long will I stream today? Probably about 3 hours. Unfortunately, I only went part-time at my job, so I still have to work on Wednesday. Blech. So I gotta do a little stream in the morning, and then I gotta go to work. Do I feel my Chris run has been improving significantly? I feel like I've plateaued a bit. Mainly because the run is now, like, good. I got, like, an actually decent-ish time in this category. Now it's hard to PB. How could this happen? Ever done a randomizer run? Like, once, yeah. I didn't really like it that much. I'm not a randomizer guy, unfortunately. I wish I was. It'd be so easy to, like, just throw a randomizer on for filler. But I don't actually enjoy it very much. That fucking guy is eating the shots. No. Sleepy guy. So way to squish YouTube chat and Twitch chat into one fat chat? Hmm. Probably. See, theoretically, you're not allowed to combine chats and have it be displayed on the screen. That violates Twitch's terms of service, but in practice, no one actually fucking listens to Twitch's terms of service. Because it's a stupid-ass rule clearly born of jealousy. But I don't have a combined chat on screen because I don't have a chat on screen to begin with. Like, I don't want chat on screen. So I don't have to really court this problem as I do. Combine chat on the stream or not combine? I just don't want my chat on the screen. Either of them. Either of you fuckers. Neither of you are on the screen. And you'll never be on the screen. Because I don't want it there. Neither of you. I just don't like extra bits on the screen where it's not necessary. I like game, splits, camera, and alerts. And you'll notice that my alerts don't overlap the game feed, or at least they fucking shouldn't if I've got them positioned properly. They might be a bit off because I'm bad at 16:9 layouts. I keep it trim, and the reason I keep it trim is simple. I'm bad at graphic design. Like, I don't know where to put all these things so that it looks good. Like, I see streamers that have fancy layouts where, like, all their stuff has, like, its own box and whatever, and they got, like, color schemes and borders and what have you, and I'm just like, I just fit the stuff in the frame, and then I move on. Like, currently I rankle with annoyance at the fact that I have to have this gamepad viewer obscuring the bottom right corner. I do not like things overlapping the game feed. If it were up to me, I would not have that there. The only reason I have that there is because it's actually a requirement of like submission to leaderboards for this game. Ah, he's back turning on me. And I got away with it. Haha. It works. Have a simplistic layout. I'm about the simplistic layout myself. I mean, I'd have a fancier layout if I was, like, good at graphic design and could make something that looked visually appealing, but I'm horrid at it. Like, I don't have any... I have no artistic skill or graphic design skill of any kind. Like, I can't make anything that looks good. And I'm also equally lazy to try and, like, get in contact with someone who doesn't suck at it. To be like, hey, could you make me a layout? I can't be bothered. Just put the stuff on the fucking screen. Particularly when I'm running 4x3 games. Like, I don't even know what I do for 4x3 games fill the entire frame already, you know? Like, camera, splits, game. There's no room for anything else. You don't need anything fancy. It's easy. I do wish that I had some illustrative skill, though, because then I could at least more easily create my own emotes. But alas, I was not... I did not specialize into that. Just respec then. Easy. I mean, as it turns out, I'm sure this will come as a shock. But it turns out learning how to draw is actually really difficult. I'm stuck. Force timer here. Are there any horses in this game? Asking for a friend. I think you asking for you. Are there any horses in Resident Evil 1? No, I don't think there are. I'm sorry. What I practicing? Yeah, past tense is unfortunately the operative term there. The thing that kind of waylaid me was a combination of time and the wrist problem. To be perfectly honest with you, trying to learn how to draw probably made it worse. And yet, for whatever reason, I can use a gamepad fucking all day with no problem. Gamepad's ergonomic. Gamepad's good. But like gripping something with the fist, with the left hand. Like a pen. Very bad. So I think my wrist problems probably preclude that ever actually being an option for me. Get an extra hand for drawing. I could try to learn how to draw with my right hand. You know, how hard could it be to learn how to draw with your your not writing hand? I have the... I didn't change to the Grandada. Regardless, though, I wasn't really making stellar progress, even with, like... Thanks, game. Ah, turns out learning how to draw is a very time-consuming activity that's very complicated. Oof. Bad game.
Resident Evil.
That feel when Run died to random wind. It's just pencils on paper, then art. The thing is that in order to do something, you must pick something else to do less of. And there is nothing in my life like that. Like, in order to spend time practicing art and drawing and what have you, I would probably have to spend less time doing the other things I do in my free time. Primary of which is my practicing of the Japanese language, which involves things like reading and flashcard study and blah-de-blah, like crap like that. And I don't want to do less of that. If anything, I would like to do more of it. Fact is, I can only do so many things at a time. Right on the fucking border of the camera change. Nothing I could do about that. Punchy, you're really good at multitasking. Sometimes I am. Technically a fish run with Isabel since losing you've had to reset a few times. The run I didn't reset with Isabel was plus 1 minute and a half. You know, no force compels me to reset. I could just not. I speedrun 20 games and read half a manga routine. That was pretty crazy. I mean, well, thing is that one of those games was like 70% cutscenes by volume. Bring back Isabel, she was good luck. Again, that run was plus 1 minute and a half. The run I finished with Isabel wasn't good at all, I just chose not to reset it. Because I didn't feel like it. Guy at the bottom of the stairs. It's weird, you don't remember the dog collar being a thing? It's a thing in the remake. Why am I going this way? Shima, how do you do this run? Hey, Hound. Happy New Year.
Resident Evil.
Is that fertilizer that you feed those tentacles? It's just chemical. You put, like, chemical in the water and the chemical burns the plants away. I don't know. I don't know. It's a video game puzzle. Hey, Giga Chad, Happy New Year. Thanks for the good luck. Happy New Year, Mango. It's funny as well, right? My main motivation for wanting to learn how to draw is just that I'm absolutely terrible at talking to people. And had procrastinated, like, getting new emotes drawn for, like, 2 years. And I was like, if I'd actually spent 2 years learning how to draw instead of procrastinating emotes, I could have just learned how to draw and done it myself. So I thought, why don't I just do that? But the solution turned out to be much simpler than that. You need the fucking key, Chris. Christ. Where does it go? Oh, there it is.
Resident Evil.
People would love any emotes you drew. Well, I did. The solution, as it turned out, was a lot simpler. It wasn't you spend 2 years improving my drawing ability. It was pick things that are really easy to draw. Like, the fucking, the dudes emote gets a huge amount of, like, play on this stream. And that was incredibly easy to draw. I'm sure if you look really closely, you'll see the arrow is completely fucked. Doesn't matter, though. Cause yeah, I woke up one day, had the idea, and was like, I think I can make that work, even with my ability. You know, it's not complicated. But as a solution, that was a lot simpler. And yet, if you can believe it, that shitty, bad arrow is actually my second attempt at drawing that. Because the first attempt was even sadder. Truly. What time is the hotfix run? 3 AM Greenwich Mean Time. Where do you go to watch the hotfix? The GDQ channel. It will be on the Games Done Quick page, where the games are played quickly. Reset the room, it fucked up. You mean where the Zelda randomizers are played quickly? I don't know the last time they had a Zelda rando on the hotfix.
Resident Evil.
I mean, they have an entire show dedicated to randomizers, I think. It's called Random Number Generation. Why is it so cold? It's not fucking December anymore, mate. As soon as it becomes January, it should be warm. That's never how it works, Punchy. You live in England. Still winter, sorry. No. No. Winter ends in December. It's spring now. There are 12 months in a year, and the seasons should follow 3 months each. Starting from the beginning of the year. So, like, it's spring, then it's the other one. And it ends in winter. What's the order of the sea? Hang on. Then it's the other one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Yeah, because winter is October, November, December. That's winter. It's the last 3 months of the year. That makes perfect sense. Wouldn't make any sense if the seasons crossed the year boundaries. Who fucking organised that? A twat, I assume. Ever known to be the month of winter. Well, it's fucking cold in October, innit? It's definitely wintry. Video game ass logic. Motherfucker playing Stardew Valley. They should line up, though. Why don't they? It's bullshit. I mean, it's just so, like, July July and the other one. Frogust. That's the fall. Because it's the fall of the previous thing. Yeah. It makes sense to me. Frogust. Yes, it's called that because it's the best time for frozen yogurts.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. My genius is never adequately recognized around these parts. I'm out here coming up with a better theory of the seasons. The fact remains that in England, it feels like winter starts in, like, September, and then continues until fucking July. Also, yeah, what's with the frozen yogurt hate in my chat room? What the fuck? What's going on there? Do you guys not freeze your yogurts? Is the hatred for frozen yogurts another, like, Americans don't have electric kettles thing? I have the stab. What, if Americans don't have electric kettles? No. They for some reason, boil water on the stove when they need boiled water. Doesn't seem very efficient to me. Chris kinda looks like Mr. Beast. Does he? It occurs to me I don't actually know what Mr. Beast looks like. So I'm just forced to assume that you're correct about that. Like Chris. Oh, okay. You always thought Resident Evil was a zombie game, not a horror game? Huh? I see we've reached the saying words portion of the game show. You feel like my mans plays the guitar. Whip it out and play us a tune. I do not know how to play the guitar.
Sure.
Looks like he played the oboe as a kid. That's not really a thing. The oboe is a real thing. Yeah, but we don't have, like, band class in the UK.
Chris!
The music lessons? There were music classes. I had music classes in high school, but there wasn't, like, a band class or anything. Honestly, most of my class treated music lessons like just a free period. Because there wasn't really anything, like, to study for. It was just there for, like, I don't know, enrichment, question mark, like we're in a zoo. Yeah, I was never made to, like, to learn an instrument as part of any part of my schooling. So I don't know how to play an instrument. He makes up for it by being really good at rhythm games. It's true, I do. Meanwhile, my cousin did learn an instrument, and I'll tell you which one made more money off it. Learning instrument usually doesn't earn you money. No! No, it doesn't. I'm just being spiteful and mean. Because I'm a spiteful and mean... You're watching the mean streamer. He's mean and nasty. You're watching the streamer who did not let you sit with him at lunch. That's not really a thing. That wasn't really a thing either. Mainly because at my incredibly underfunded school, there wasn't really enough places for everyone to sit anyway. So in that regard, it was a complete free-for-all. Can confirm making money as a musician is quite difficult. I mean, it's making money with your art is difficult. That's why I became a streamer. Somehow, this was the easiest thing to do. And yet this also is, like, impossible. This is just the thing I got lucky with. How'd that happen? I don't fucking know. Ah, there's something in my eye, dude. No, what? Dude, why did it drop that? Why did it drop the input to press right? I pressed. Why did that go missing? Streamed for a very long time comparatively? True. But it does also bear noting that, like, being a content creator, being successful with this is, like, just as stupid. It's just as unreliable, just as luck-based, and just as, like, it's a thing you do for years and don't see shit from it, and then eventually one day you wake up and it's like, actually, this is going okay for me. Ooh, he vibrate near the camera then! Man, fuck. Why didn't that do any damage? Because it's a cutscene. It's well known that when you take damage in a cutscene, it doesn't count. That's sad when you have to factory reset PS5. No one knows that sad moment because no one has a PS5. It simply doesn't happen. My PlayStation 5 is currently not even plugged in. It's, like, in its box. Can I have your PS5? No. My PS5's still at the store. That's a good one. No, see, my yearly recap came in for the PlayStation 5 from Sony, and I played a whopping 4 games on my PS5 this year. And 3 of them were PS4 games. Played every game on the PS5? I've played every PS5 game. It's crazy. I have played more Dreamcast exclusives than PS5 exclusives. Ooh! Did I play Rift Apart though? Yes, I didn't really like it. I think it's the most heartbreaking thing of all is that I actually did get around to playing the new Ratchet Clank, a series I like, and I didn't really like it. I think the worst thing I can say about Rift Apart is that it's convinced me to stop buying those games.
Locking all doors to achieve maximum safety.
It's very clear to me that between the Ratchet remake and Rift Apart, that whoever's writing those games now just has no fucking clue.
Reaching 30% of pressure threshold.
You don't see what you dislike about it? The writing is awful. It is one of the worst written games I've ever played in my life. Like, it took me, like, I haven't played a game in quite a long time that made me actually, like, angry at the way it was written. Like, why, I don't understand why Rift Apart has the story that it does. It doesn't make any, like, It's like they forgot they were making a video game. For what kind of video game they were making. It's Marvel brain rot, man. They don't got it. They don't got it anymore. They simply do not have it. The other thing as well, a thing that I found very disappointing about Rift Apart, is that the whole premise is that, like, you have 2 playable characters, right? You have Ratchet and you have Rivet. So you think the whole idea, nay, the very premise, is that they would play differently, right? Right? No! No, they don't! So what was the point? Why are they yelling? Why am I yelling at you? Because it's fucking annoying. Why did they do that? I don't get it. What was the point of that? Why did they have like a dual dimension thing with two lead characters that don't play any differently? What the fuck is the point? Like, and they have levels that are locked to specific characters, right? They can only play as Rivet on some levels and Ratchet on the other. But they don't play any different. Like, they share the same inventory of weapons across levels. And they don't play any differently. So, like, what is the fucking point? Why did they do it that way? They bought out the furry army. It didn't work, because Rift Apart didn't make any money. No! And again, I think the nastiest thing I can say about it is that it's just convinced me to stop trying to buy those games. It's pretty apparent that I just don't like the way they write stories anymore. Fuck you! Let me fire the gun! Fuck you! Let me fire the gun! Oh my fucking god, game. Piece of shit, dude. What the fuck? This is the most asinine bullshit I've ever dealt with. Fucking garbage game designed by a fucking moron. What the fuck is that shit, dude?
Resident Evil.
Why can that even fucking happen? That was the stupidest fucking sequence I have ever seen running this game. What the fuck was any of that shit? How is that boss such fucking garbage in every iteration of this game? How did they have 2 attempts to make a non-garbage version of Plant 42 and fucked it up both times? Fucking Capcom is so useless with boss fights.
Oh god!
This sucks on ice.
Yeah, that run was going alright up to that point, and then I just wasn't allowed to finish the fight, because I got fucking hit 5 times in a row. I've never seen that happen before. I've never had it such that it just didn't let me even play the fucking game. That was the dumbest shit I think I've ever seen this game pull. At any rate, apparently they are, according to the Insomniac leaks, going to be making another Ratchet and Clank game in the future. And I think I'm just going to not play it. Like, I think I'm just done. I've played every... not quite every, I've missed some of the spin-offs here and there on the PS3, because the PS3 had too many of those. But everything that could be considered a mainline entry in the series I've played. And Rift Apart is the one that has convinced me to quit. Because, like, if that's the standard of storytelling I have to deal with, then I do not want to see it anymore. I'm honestly curious what the hell happened with that series. Like, why does Ratchet's writing suck so much now? What changed? A better taste? No, the original games are still, like, funny and sharp and well-directed. And, like, the shift started to occur around the Future trilogy of games on the PS3. So, like, I think part of the problem is that the Future games did damage, and we've never really been able to undo it. But the thing is that they got like at least one decent story out of the Future trilogy with Crack in Time. That was pretty alright. It was quite different tonally, but it was alright. It's probably like the most salvageable entry in the Future trilogy. Tools of Destruction, meanwhile, is both very boring and saddles the whole franchise with an incredible amount of bad lore. But then they made the remake, and I was like, okay, here's a great opportunity to jettison all of the stupid shit. Hello? Hello? Huh? What the fuck is going on? I'm experiencing a breakdown of reality!
Resident Evil.
What the fuck just happened? What did I do that caused that? Oh, when the residence is evil. I'm gonna keep talking about Ratchet and Clank. You can't stop me. I guess, okay. The way I'm talking makes it sound like I think Rift Apart is the worst entry in the series. I don't. I don't think it's the worst game in the series, but it is definitely the one that's convinced me to stop buying those games. As it has become apparent, it is simply no longer for me. And it is time to stop trying. Like, it's not gonna work out between us. It's not me, it's you. Maybe it just gets better and better. I don't think that's true, though. I don't really think Rift Apart has better gameplay than any of the PS2 ones. The world's a lot more shallow, objectives are less varied. That's the other thing, I think Rift Apart's kind of mediocre, like, even as an action shooter game. I feel like it's possibly a bit ungrateful, because at least Rift Apart's a real video game. You know? Rather than like a $60 attempt to peddle loot boxes. But I still think compared to previous entries, it's pretty mid. It's better than Tools of Destruction. For my money, I think Tools of Destruction is the worst mainline Ratchet game. I think Tools of Destruction is super fucking boring. For my money, I think the best one is Ratchet Clank 2. I think 2 is where the scenario and the gameplay were most in their stride. And then I like 3. I'm a 3 guy. I think 3 is my second favorite, even though I do tend to agree with the common criticism that the maps sometimes feel a bit empty because they're very clearly made for multiplayer. This is just true. And then I like Ratchet 1. This is like my order. Which is basically like, yes, I put the PS2 games at the top of the list. Pretty much is that. Ratchet 1 is definitely where I think the scenario was best. But it can be a little awkward. It can be a little awkward, but I do think Ratchet 1 has a secret sauce that the other games really don't, which is that I think it taps best into the potential Ratchet has as a platforming shooter game. The rest of the games don't really do a whole lot of that. How the fuck did that hit me? That clearly missed. And then it hit me after. That is silly. You are wrong and you should feel bad. A bad lie poorly told. And then I'd put Crack in Time there. Because Crack in Time is definitely the best Future Trilogy game by like a landslide. I'm actually bewildered that Crack in Time is as good as it is. But it's genuinely quite good. It's like worlds better than Tools. And the rest kind of exist in some vague slurry in my mind, where I just don't really care about classifying them. What do I think about the newer Crash game? If you mean just Crash 4, I thought it was alright. I didn't vibe with it a huge amount, unfortunately. Maybe I just hate everything. Modern games, bleh. Someone asked me earlier and I, like, blanked on it. Because I was too busy getting fucked by Plant 42 or whatever. It's like, when was the last time I enjoyed the story in a game? Pretty recently. I played an RPG called In Stars in Time recently. And the story of that game made me feel many different ways. Very complicated ways. I felt very bad about myself after I was done playing that game. A complicated game that leaves you with complicated feelings. It's very good. I'm not sure if it's always a fun game to play, but it definitely made me feel the most. And that is, after all, what I come here for. Alan Wake 2? I didn't play Alan Wake 2. No way, how come? I just didn't want to. Part of this is that I thought Alan Wake 1 kind of sucked. So already it was kind of working upstream against that. Okay, Alan Wake 1 was like, I think kind of sucked is harsh. But it wasn't great. I actually found the hype about Alan Wake 2 very bizarre as someone who actually played Alan Wake 1. I was like, that game was like very mid. What is this? Why are we all pretending we all liked Alan Wake 1 now? What? What's going on? Like, I know Remedy is like the cool kids now, but you cannot convince me that there is actually like a groundswell of people who liked Alan Wake 1. But, like, that definitely didn't happen. That's not a thing. Ah, Control. I didn't play Control either. So that might have something to do with it. Where's the guy? Why are you on the door? Good fucking grief, dude. Bro was door camping. He was on the door. He was on door. Make 2 is much more interesting. Would love to hear your thoughts eventually. You might be waiting a while. I don't really have any plans to play it. I feel like the moment passed. Like, there was a time period where I maybe thought about playing it. I was like, you know, maybe I'll think about it. If the mood strikes. And the mood just never really struck. And now it's been a couple of months, and I feel like the talk has already happened, and it's like, eh. Oh well. Since I want to play JRPGs with no flow, did I ever check out Ludora no Hiho, and is it any good if I did? Is Hiho even how you say that? I've never heard of that, no. I've at least watched the Old Gods of Asgard Champion of Light music video then. No, what the fuck? I missed the Shadow Hearts talk by, oh yeah, but that like wrapped around and became cool again. When will I stream Baldur's Gate 3? Almost certainly never. Why did that hit me? And the run is over. Yo, minus 38, that's not right.
Resident Evil.
seen Alan Wake 2. Oh, well, of course I haven't seen it. I haven't played the game. I haven't played Alan Wake 2, and I don't have any intentions to. I also don't have any intentions of streaming Baldur's Gate 3. I didn't really play any of, like, the big sellers and hits of the previous year. I did not really feel like it. None of them really, like, spoke to me. I played Final Fantasy 16 and didn't even like it. So, like, that's kind of where my brain is at. Going to sleep before the hotfix, right? No. Does High Forest count as big enough? Maybe? Why do my buttons crosstalk? I hate it here. Starfield when? No. You guys, you're asking the wrong streamer about the opinions on, like, very trendy and contemporary game releases. I do not play, like, the vast majority of them. I am the kind of guy who spends his week playing PS2 JRPGs. I had the whole week where I spent it playing Shadow Hearts Covenant. I could have played Alan Wake during that week, but I chose to play Shadow Hearts Covenant instead, because that's just what I prefer doing. But the numbers, I'm willing to bet Shadow Hearts Covenant did much better for me, metrically speaking, than Alan Wake 2 ever would have. I'm actually fucking stunned at how well Shadow Hearts 2 did over its streaming period. Like, it didn't do amazingly, but it did much better than I thought 6 consecutive streams of JRPGs ever would. People turn up for Shadow Hearts. That's why you got to see all of it. That's why I streamed the whole game. People turned up for Shadow Hearts. For better or worse, Shadow Hearts fans fucking turn up for Shadow Hearts. Whereas I never seem to win when I stream, like, a super trendy, brand new video game. People always are like, oh, I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch this streamer. I want to play the game for myself. That's spoilers. Will I play Alan Wake 2 and stream in 40 years when it's retro? Probably not. Ever played any of the Echo Knight games? I played a little of Echo Knight 1, but not substantially and not on stream. Like, I toyed around with it a bit. I've heard of it, at least. Don't look at the gas canister. Don't do it. You're old, man. Here's the thing. I'm not. I'm in my mid-20s. I'm just free of a lot of FOMO. You know the specific game that finally, like, unbroke my brain in this regard? The specific game that unbroke my brain was actually Sonic Mania. Dude, what? Because I bought Sonic Mania because, like, it was the thing everyone was talking about. You know, I bought Mania because back in the day, I used to speedrun a lot of Freedom Planet, right? So I ran in sort of, like, the Sonic fan circles, despite the fact that I myself do not actually really like Sonic games at all, for the most part. I didn't buy Sonic Frontiers either. Huge win for me. But, I got Sonic Mania kind of passively, because it's like, it's the thing everyone was talking about. It's the thing all the people that I hang out with, they were talking about it. And I played it and I was like, I don't really care for this, like, at all. And finally, for whatever reason, that was, like, the last straw of this, is like, I have got to stop just buying shit because everyone's talking about it. If I knew I wasn't gonna like it, why did I do that? Why did I even try? What was the point of that? Like, I could tell, point blank, that I knew I wasn't gonna enjoy it. Why the fuck did I even try? Just don't do that to yourself, man. And thus I have resolved. I only buy things now if I actually want to play them, not just because people are talking about them. Unfortunately, this results in streams like this, where I'm asked if I've played every single trendy PS5 game, and I'm just like, not really. Because I haven't really specifically felt like playing any of those in particular, you know? So if you played Alan Wake 2, I didn't really feel like it. Played Starfield. I did try to get a key for Starfield. I vaguely felt like playing Starfield at one point, but Bethesda never wrote me back. So I just didn't get around to it. Like, I was interested enough to play it if they sent it to me, but I was not interested enough to pay $60. Sonic Heroes stream soon. I hate Sonic Heroes so much. I streamed that game in its entirety as like a revenge match because I really wanted to get to the final boss, like the true final boss. The fucked up thing as well is that it was kind of worth it. The true final boss of Heroes actually kicks ass. But the rest of the game is fucking awful and I hate it so much. But the true final boss of that game, you punch like an airship in half as part of the gameplay. And it was like, this kind of fucking rules, actually. The energy of this is immaculate. It takes like 16 hours of painful bullshit to get there. But it's kind of rad.
I disagree.
Airship in half? Damn, that's cool.
The final boss, like, picks up airships and throws them at you, and you punch them in half. Like, you don't dodge them, you punch them in half to build meter. It's fucking sick. Has incredible energy as a finale, but the rest of the game makes me so sad. The rest of the game just makes me so depressed. The rest of it does not please me in the slightest. So imagine my fucking shock when I got to the ending of the true final boss, punch an airship in half, do a cool soup, and I'm like, damn, this is kind of sweet. No, there's a guy in the way, there's a guy in the way. No! That wasn't so good. It's bad RNG piss. Chris piss. So make a game with a good story and punching airships in half as a treat for Punchy. I feel like that exists. Yeah, it was Devil May Cry 5. I mean, you don't punch an airship in half, but in terms of bombastic combat, I certainly had my fill. Combined with a narrative that I thought was actually very good. Like, you can thread this needle. It is possible to do. I absolutely am of the opinion that Devil May Cry 5 has, like, a good story that's worth experiencing, and it's fun to play, too. You can have both. We can have both. I'm that guy in that one meme going around. We can have both. Yo, Igdisis, thanks for the raid. Jesus Christ, raids from both Igdisis and Maxi today. How evil are these raids? It's very evil. Very cursed things have been happening this stream, guys. I've had the game, like, glitch out in such a way that it just went to a black screen and did not recover. So that's fucking good omen for tonight. I've never ever seen the game halt like that before, ever. That was a first. But hi everyone from McDice's stream. I'm Punchy. I'm practicing Chris'em, Biff'em, Whiff'em, Sniff'em % for the hotfix tonight. McDice's hotfix. It's there. You from the man himself. Ignitus did not ask me to do this for a hotfix first. I learned the run and then he asked. I've been running Remake for weeks. I have. I've been practicing, been learning this. I want to do New Game Plus at some point, but I'll get to that after the hotfix. Thanks for the good luck, Ganagin. A likely story streamer. We've been talking about modern games, Igdisus, and I've been like dealing with people asking me about like every contemporary popular thing. It's like, have you played Baldur's Gate 3? Have you played Alan Wake 2? And I'm just like, I haven't played any of these games, no. Because you're talking to someone who speedruns Resident Evil Remake 1. You think I'm like trendy? You think you think I'm up to date? People were like really pushing for me to play Alan Wake 2, and it's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. There was a moment where it might have happened, and that moment has passed. I've played Bayonetta 1, and I finished it. I don't know if this is a common opinion, so I'm gonna hit you with this. Is it just me, or is Bayonetta 1 really hard? Like, really hard? Like, I found that game very, 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 distractingly difficult. It's like, shit, this is really fucking hard. I don't consider myself, like, particularly amazing at character action games, but I finished Devil May Cry 5 on, like, the higher of the two difficulties you have available by default. Without, like, a whole lot of difficulty. I died a few times. But it didn't, like, block me too often, you know? Like, I never felt like I was stuck. Whereas Bayo 1, like, the first time those claw assholes came out, I was like, I was there for, like, a fucking hour. I was like, shit, I am exploding. It is not going well. I did finish it in the end. But it was a struggle. And it was a while ago as well. I have, like, a low recollection of what exact... The only thing I can really recall about Bayonetta 1 is that I liked it enough to finish it, but also, the only lasting memory I have is that it's really fucking hard. Which I'm not sure is the best thing to be left with, you know? Damn, the instant react. Do you remember the motorbike? Remember, when I say I played Bayonetta 1, I played it on the 360. I played it in its original form on the 360, like when it came out on the it was a while ago. We are talking time ago. Practically in another life. This also means that I could not possibly have been any older than like a teenager at the time. I think I'm generally better at games now than I used to be. So that might help. Fucking Young Punchy sucked ass. Ooh, golden split. Me when someone asks me to play Alan Wake 2.
I disagree.
Phantom Archangel, thank you for the 42 months. 42 months. Oh, I did also stream my entire playthrough of Hi-Fi Rush when it came to, like, action games. Say, counterpoint from chat, avoid Alan Wake 2. Very divided opinions. It's okay. I mean, I'm not really, like, avoiding it. I don't have anything, like, against it. I just never felt like playing it. I'm not, like, strongly... I follow my gut when it comes to what I want to play. And right now, my gut is saying it wants to play Shadow Hearts from the New World. Like, what game consumes my thoughts at any given moment? What game do I feel the strongest pull towards? That's what I listen to. And that part of my brain is saying, you really do want to play Shadow Hearts from the New World, dude. Hi-Fi Rush is wildly good. I did like Hi-Fi Rush a lot. I think it's nice when I get to agree with the common opinion about... I don't actually take any joy in being a massive contrarian about stuff. Just for the record. I'd love it more than anyone if I could just play the popular thing that people like and be like, yeah, it was pretty good. I had fun with it. It's more fun when you can agree with lots of people. You get to share in the joy. So, you know, I played Hi-Fi Rush and I also liked it. I thought it was very good. It is a poppy bit of fun. It's bright, it's colourful, has wonderful energy. The other thing, since apparently I think I may have given the impression that I value story above all else in a video game, which is not true, but I have been talking a lot of shit about games I thought that were notably quite bad at it. Hi-Fi Rush's cutscene energy is really good. Like, the story isn't, you know, if I laid it all, it's like, oh, that's the story, it's not so great, but, like, it's really well delivered. The cutscene style is fun to watch. They're very good cutscenes. They have good energy. It's like, it's funny on purpose. How do we get Ek to play Shadow Hearts? I mean, start with Cordelka. Get him to play Cordelka first. You have played Kordelka? Oh, have you? I must have missed that one. But yeah, Shadow Hearts is like the sequel series. And Shadow Hearts 1 has a lot of the same kind of energy about it. It's pretty good. I liked it. But Shadow Hearts 1 is like a 25-hour game or something. Much. It's like probably about twice as long as Kordelka. These series have like an exponential curve in regards to game length. Time commitment is brutal. Shadow Hearts is actually on the shorter end as far as PS2 RPGs go, but it's definitely like it's twice as long as Kordelka. Like, Kordelka's pretty short as far as RPGs go, and Shadow Hearts is twice as long as Kordelka, and Covenant is twice as long as Shadow Hearts 1, which, fuck. On request, I put Evolution for the Sega Dreamcast into my JRPG backlog. Do you mean like 7th Cross? Because I think I have that. Like 7th Evolution? Is there a 7 in the name? Are there 2 Evolution-themed RPGs for the Dreamcast? Evolution World of Sacred Device. Damn, that's not the one I've got. I have a different game with Evolution in the title. Oh, my Chrissy bum bum! Ooh. Is Covenant one with the cool wheel minigame attack system? All the Shadow Hearts game have the cool wheel. So yes, it's one of them. It is one of the games that has such a system.
Emergency. Unknown source of pressure detected. Locking all doors to achieve maximum...
Damn, now the video has context. Speedruns, but there is context. That'll be next year's video. Speedruns, but there is context.
Reaching 30% of pressure threshold.
Why are there sharks in this mansion? They're being kept in the underground aqua ring, where you keep all your sharks, obviously. Speedruns, but there is some context. Yeah, I think 7th Cross Evolution is the game I have back there. I need that. I'm bad. Climb! What are you doing? What I have is a lifestyle, apparently. It is. It's really something. Is it more something than Seaman? It's definitely more of a game than Seaman, that much is for sure. Seaman is one. Well, I know, but still, it's more of a virtual pet game, you know? I'm not talking shit about Seaman, I'm just saying. Ooh, slow bees! Ooh, we're bees! Ooh, we're gonna just float around and be like, ooh, we're not gonna die. Did you guys know the amount of time it takes bees to die there is random, so I get mad about it, because when you get slow bees, you lose time. Look at this time, you see. I could have had 3 seconds, instead I only had 1. Fucking bees. It's the bee's knees. The bees dying is random? Yes, it's random. A source of much consternation for Resident Evil runners the globe over. Ah, no, 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 no. RE3 is a kind of virtual pet game. Just say words, the hit new game show. It's happening again, dude. Okay, it's not happening again. Why did that take an extra shot to kill? Ah! 2 extra shots, actually. Shit. That's no good. Why did Chris just disappear? That just happens during the death animation of Plant 42. Don't worry about it. Nothing unusual there. I think I get asked about that literally every run that gets to that point. What? That hit me. And I lost the poison roll. Why is that failing now? I feel like I'm doing the dodge wrong. Yep, run's dead. Lost the 50% poison roll. Bad game, bad mechanic. Let's go. That dog hitting me as well on the way out only happens because I start running slower because of poison. So it's like bad ideas on top of bad ideas there. Remake is one of those it's one of that really, like, frustrating breed of speedrun where the fuck-ups come in triplets because bad ideas compound on other bad ideas. So if you lose the fucking random poison roll, you then get to take extra damage because you now move slower when trying to pass through the dog room, so you get hit extra. It's great. It's a really good idea. Bad RNG on that guy as well. That made me fucking jump. That was a great time for that to go off, wasn't it? And this guy is sleepy. Absolutely go fuck yourself. You jump. I didn't think it'd go off that fast. Why? What the fuck, game? That wasn't even man. I cannot be dealing with this shit right now. This run is like so fucked. This is turbo dead. I don't think there's anything I can do about this. Especially not if it spawns on the camera angle transition. Holy fuck, this game is so bad. Jesus Christ. Garbage fucking game, dude.
Resident Evil.
That's some of the worst RNG I think
That's
I've ever seen in
disgusting.
my life. Fuck me. No peace on this earth today with this fucking game. We're wrong very far. Apparently, if you stuff the grenade into that guy's mouth, wait for it to go off, because... But no, that's bullshit, because I did that before and it took ages to go off. Is it random, or does it have, like, fucking proximity explosion?
Ice.
Fucking trash game, dude.
Members left now.
That's trash. Where is the room? This room list is confusingly laid out. This is almost right. What's muddy path? No. I guess that is the muddy path. Ah, water pool. Ah, the snakes don't spawn in. This'll do. Oh, and that time it works. Course does. Fuck me. I'm practicing this dodge, because, like, why does this keep fucking up? I think I might actually be taking the corner too well. Is that really the problem? Kinda seems like it is, yeah. Epic. I got an idea. It's not a very good idea, but it was an idea. This doesn't feel right, though. Change inventory with the other crank. Oh no. Eh. I'm poisoned! How could this happen to me? What the fuck? Huh? Nay. Nothing. Is there a random component to this? Or is it that running in the wrong direction for a bit makes it easier? I think there's a random component to this. For fuck's sake, man. The bad game never stops. I have accidentally equipped the 3 green herb mix. That is not what I had in mind. Is this... I thought this wasn't random, but I'm coming to the conclusion that it might be, because I'm getting different results. Cornering. But where's the guy? Yeah, it seems like that the third one is sometimes there and sometimes not. Task on here would help test the snake theory, would it not? I don't think you understand the word you just said. Maybe it is random? It seems a little random, at least. Cool, so I was unlucky on top of failing the poison roll. Great! Because I sure do be getting it. More often than I do not be getting it. Stupid snakes. What are you gonna do? I have a gun! Do you have a gun? I don't think so. I have more gun. I killed them all. I didn't kill them all. There was one guy. I killed them all. They'll say saves for GDQ. I don't really need it, because I can just, like, use the tool and jump around in the game if need be. Also, infinite health doesn't seem to actually work, funny enough. Parry this, you fucking casual! The stream is over. I'm out of time. I gotta go work! I wanted to finish that last run, but fuck me, the game didn't let me. Not the hottest session in the world, gotta say. I did finish a run today. But wow, those were some dog shit runs outside of that. Fucking hell. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, despite how absolutely crap the fucking runs went, drop me a follow here on the twitch.tv. I think next time I run this game, I'm going to be doing New Game Plus instead. It would be therapeutic, because I can fire the rocket launcher and not give a shit. It'll be great. Now let's find someone to raid. Oh, yeah, also social media stuff. Socials medias. Follow me on Twitter, join Q Discord. I will be on the Hotfix doing that run, and presumably I will actually get to complete a run on the Hotfix. I swear it's not that difficult to finish a run. Like, I didn't have to reset the majority of them, but I was, like, trying to PB. But the one I actually tried to finish had some of the most diabolically bad luck I've ever fucking seen. Now I gotta go to work! I've tasted the joy of not working over the time off, and now work again. Awful. Sorry, I am trying to find someone to raid. Brain's like tuning out, rather. Hypnoshark. They're doing Crash Team Racing. I like Crash Team Racing. Why not? That is such a... the raid number is so large. That's a terrifying figure. You can't just throw that at people at random. But alright, cheers for watching. I'll see you guys next time, which will be Friday, probably. I'm almost certainly not going to stream Thursday. I never stream on post-hotfix days because I'm usually fucking exhausted after. Ta-ta for now, bye-bye.